Hey guys, welcome back. A lot of things have happened since the last video that I made. A lot of desert trips, a lot of prepping the trucks. I wish I would have gotten a lot of video from the stuff that I did before, but it just wasn't going to work out. I just didn't have enough time to film or even edit anything, so I just kind of say let's get that stuff out of the way and then I'll continue to film and make videos when I can. Anyway, got the truck caged. My wife and I ended up picking up a new travel trailer, so that's been consuming most of our time. Now we're slowly starting to get back into the groove of things, and now I'm going to be able to start working on the truck again. So with that said, what we're going to be doing is installing this Buggy Whip today. The whip's in here. I'll pull it out in just a little bit. So we got the mount that's going to mount onto the tubing of the bed cage. Got all my wiring fittings and everything, tools and stuff to do it. I got a ton of fittings, so I'm stoked. I'll pull all this out in just a minute. What I got to do is I'm going to pull this big thing out of the garage, and then we'll back the Ranger in and we'll get started. This thing's too damn big. Alright, getting around that trailer sucks. Alright, so first things first, the biggest, best part is the whip itself. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these things in person, but these things are legit. They are very well made. They're super heavy duty. This one here is the 24-inch one, so 2-foot whip. It's got the billet end on the end of it there. Got the nice billet piece down here at the bottom with their name engraved. And now this particular model is the quick disconnect one that just slides in and is set in with the pin. So this is the Scosche. It's the base clamp adjustable whip flag mount, which just comes with this, FYI. So if you guys ever decide to order one of these, you have to order the strap for the exact tubing diameter that you're going to be working with. It adjusts 360 degrees. The other cool thing about it that I like is it's got the 1/2-inch mounting hole. Now most of the ones that you'll find online are a 3/8 mounting hole for an actual like fiberglass whip with the little orange flag on the end. This one's 1/2-inch, which you can't really find them too often, so this is why I went with this. And let me open it up and pull it apart. Alright, I got the box open. I'd already messed with all this stuff, so I got a bunch of stuff in here. But as far as the mount itself goes, this is all that it comes with. When you open this box, this is all that's going to be in there. All the adjustability is made through that Allen key there. You just loosen that up, and then you clock it to whichever angle you want it at. This is the clamp that I was telling you guys about that you have to order separately. I'm running 1 3/4 on my bed cage, so that's the strap I ordered. Pretty simple. Alright, and this is the quick disconnect mount that Buggy Whip gives you with their whip. It just slides in. There's a little cotter pin that slides in there and keeps it in place. What I plan to do with this guy is, obviously this one will stay on the truck, but I think I'm going to order a couple more. One's going to go on the trailer, and one will probably go on the Dodge. So if I take them out separately, all I got to do is, you know, slide the whip in and lock it in, and that way you got one whip for 3 different vehicles, and all you got to do is order this guy, and I think they're like 30 or 40 bucks a piece. So I might do that later on. I know for sure I'm going to do one for the trailer. Clamp is on. Pretty simple, and you can tell when you get down here that this tab is parallel with the bedside. I was really lucky that the degree of the tube was the exact degree of where that notch would be for the adjustability, because any other direction you can't just fine-tune it. It's either, you know, it's either one click or the next. So I got lucky that that is just about parallel with the angle of the tubing. The reason why I went with one of these mounts instead of just being very simple and just add a tab and call it a day, I don't know, I just wanted something that looked a little bit better than just a tab welded to the bed cage. And if for some reason I ever need to take this thing off, I just unbolt it. I don't got to cut anything off. Alright, I turned the mic around. That might be a little bit better. Before I mount the quick disconnect mount, I have to make my ground strap. So I got this eyelet here that's already crimped on is the exact size I need for that side. I just got to shorten it down, and I do have a 1/2 inch eyelet right here that's going to sit under the base that's connected to the ground itself, so that'll give me my ground. Alright, the ground strap is made, and got that 1/2 inch fitting down there, connector. I like to heat shrink everything, even though it's not really necessary. It just looks a lot cleaner. Alright, so I went ahead, and before I hooked up anything inside the truck, I went ahead and dressed it all back here. So by dressing, I mean got it all zip tied up. All I got to do is cut the pigtails off. Getting it all zip tied up and dressed now just helps me know how much wire I can pull out from the bottom. That way I'm not like yanking a bunch of wire and then hook everything up and then realize that I didn't leave myself enough slack to get it all nice and dressed up back here. Alright, so the Buggy Whip is going to be connected to this switch right here, but I connected that switch just in case I ever needed to do anything like this. So this switch right here ran down and through, and there is, I know it's kind of hard to see it, but there's a blue C fuse panel right there. Alright, well, everything underneath is all zip tied up and dressed, and I went ahead and cleaned up a lot of other stuff that was kind of janky down there. A couple zip ties broke off and stuff like that. Alright, we're through the cab. Here's a wire here. I had just enough. I pulled about 11 feet of wire. Alright, so that wire is connected to this switch. I haven't turned it on yet. I'm gonna wait and show you guys everything first. Alright, so the whip is in. I don't think I mentioned it the whole video, but the color is red. This thing sits in here. Very nice. Solid piece. Alright, so she's ready to fire up. Let's see what she looks like. Alright, I closed the garage, shut all the lights off. Let's see how bright this thing is. Hopefully it turns on. I haven't tested it yet. Alright. Looks like a freaking lightsaber. Well, I'm sure it'll look better at pitch black darkness, but this will do for now. Alright, so the project's done, but there's still one more thing you gotta do, especially before you run one of these things. Always put the safety clip in, because you will lose this thing. Once that thing sits in place, it's locked in. Alright guys, well that's it for the Buggy Whip video. I hope you liked it. Buggy Whips, you guys make a great light. The thing is super solid. Talked to you guys out at King of the Hammers, and you guys really stand, behind your company, and they are pretty pricey, so I'm glad that you guys, offer the support and a great product. But other than that, yeah, so that's it. I'll try to keep